Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakakwadash. I'm going to give double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel, broad living understanding of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edifying. It said, kid gets upset that his mom started twerking at his birthday party. Thoughts? Now, part of me was kind of, I won't say apprehensive, but I was a little skeptical about putting this video up, showing it because YouTube, for some reason, YouTube seems to think that when we put videos up like this, we're the ones that's abuser of these children. Because I did a video of a Jake offing himself, and they showed him with a blunt in his hand, and they gave me a strike for it, talking about child endangerment. But I'm like, I ain't the motherfucker that put that put the blunt in the nigga's hand. I just showed the video from what they showed on the news, mainstream media, right? But when I put it on YouTube, then all of a sudden it's a problem. Hypocrisy at its finest. So clearly, this is the result of the nigga woman, right? Now she's twerking, and these are grown ass women with child mascots around. This look like Woody, and I called her female Woody because I never knew the girl cowboy name. But anyway, long story short, this is the problem with our community, man, or with y'all community, because this is the only thing that this black woman is known for: twerking, turning up, smoking weed, being a hoe. And then they wonder why men do not take them serious. They wonder why men don't want to be with them. And they wonder why a lot of times men, they run off on their kids, because you put a baby in something like this, then this is basically you're going to have 18 years of hell. Child support, jail, suspend license, garnish paychecks, all this shit, right? This is basically going to be the result of your life dealing with a woman like this. But why are you doing this in front of a kid? Okay, now he's upset because he tried to basically look like he tried to swing on her, but it looked like he tried to grab her or hit her. Then she kicked him, and then she began to mock him again. And that's the ultimate form of mocking somebody. Like, why would you want to show your body parts, and why would you want to put this on the internet? And then you wonder why nobody respects you. You wonder why white women look down on you, because this is black culture right here. Okay, this is totally black culture, and every time you think of a black woman, you think of some funky ass box twerking. Okay, what do you call those slippers? Those they look like furries, or look like she got a fucking carpeted rug on her goddamn feet. And if you ever paid attention to Keisha's car, she have those steering wheel covers. They're full of like fur. It's weird. It's like a rug shaft almost. And the slippers they wear on their feet, you think of long weave, color weave, long fingernails, long eyelashes, makeup, gel on the sides. This is all you think about when you see our women. Okay, and then you have the little boys that grew up with these kind of women, and then he's mad. Dude's mad. He's very upset, and you can see it in his spirit. And then it makes it so bad because you got niggas right here sagging their pants. And they think it's funny. But if these men were any type of order, they would have basically grabbed her ass and like, look, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? You see his kids out here to show that these men ain't right, because why would they even condone this? Why didn't they pull her to the side and say, hey, man, you tripping, woman? Like, what are you doing? You got kids out here. And then you get mad when your 5, 6-year-old daughter is little. Well, really, you don't get mad. But when your 5, 6, 7-year-old daughter is listening to Sexy Red talking about ski yee, and then when she's 11 years old and barefoot and pregnant, now all of a sudden, now the whole world has to come down and tend to your bullshit because all of a sudden you provided the wrong influence around your children. Look at this nigga. He's showing his ass too. Look at this. And this nigga laughing. Effeminate as hell. Got the pants, the cut open jeans. That's effeminate, man. Men ain't supposed to wear no fucking cut open jeans. That shit women wear. Women ain't even supposed to be wearing that. But that's lewdness and nakedness, man. Look at this guy sagging his pants. Jake gotta go, man. And look at this bitch with the purple on. stinking weave, black and mild breath, crusty ass toes, Vaseline edges, and I mean, to say the least. I mean, must I say any more? And then this big fucking ham hog eating demon, she's probably like a 12-year-old little girl, big as hell, basically trying to fight the little boy all because he tried to stop the mother from twerking, or whoever the hell she is, sister. And then he like, get the fuck off me, bitch. And then he pushed her down, like, get your ass out the way. But yet you still got these cackling black hyenas over there twerking, man. And then you got Woody and his chick. And you know those are black women in them costumes, man. It's probably a dude in a Woody costume. But this is black culture, man. And this is what you people opt in. This is what you people thrive in. This is black culture. This is what Jake want to stay in America for. It's sad. It's sickening, man. Okay, and that little boy, man, hey, he's going to grow up and he ain't going to have respect for women. And, hey, I don't blame him at this point. You American women, you don't really deserve respect at this point because you didn't show the world your colors. This is why you got passport bros, and this is why other women of other nations are taking your men, all right? And you can't do a damn thing about it because if Jake can go to a foreign country and he ain't got to worry about his woman twerking, hopping out at red lights, twerking on headlights. He ain't got to worry about that shit. He can come home to a cooked meal, modest apparel, softness, you know, comfort. Come home to getting his back rubbed, his feet rubbed. Come home to getting sex, to a cooked meal. Okay, he ain't got to come home to some dragon that's blowing kush on Facebook Live all day talking shit. Then all of a sudden get your house shut up. No. Jake ain't got to worry about that in the Philippines, man, in Brazil. Jake ain't got to worry about that. And you the same women that say, I don't need no man. But yet you mad as hell because all your men are leaving you and they're going to deal with other women. And guess what? You brought that on yourself. So you were to blame for that. Be mad at yourself. So this is the book of Job 14:1. It says, a man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. Yeah, man, look at this. And they probably going to give me a strike on this because I'm showing the kids. And these women are doing this shit. But then again, you know what? Esau condones this behavior. Grown-ass woman. She ought to be ashamed of herself. And then she kicked the little nigga down. Kicked him. That's wild, bro. I pray the most. I pray she get hit by a fucking bus, man. While twerking. And then did it again. Now when the boy gets older, if this is his mother, and then now he can really believe his father on why his father, because you know the father ain't around. And then if the father isn't allowing this, then what kind of man is he? This is why we tell you time and time again, man, stay away from the fucking black woman, man. At this point, she's nothing more than a jump off. And even then, go jump off with something else, man. Stay away from these damn women. Because I'm trying to tell you now, man, you have more peace than hell if you stay away from them. But it says, a man that is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble. It says, he cometh forth like a flower and is cut down, and he fleeth also as a shadow and continuing not. Yeah, because a man that come in his spirit, that grew up under women, and this is the reason why a lot of Jakes are jacked up, because they had older sisters. You got an auntie, a grandma, a mama, and a sister, and you the young brother. And you have to take on the burden of all those emotions. They coming on their menstrual cycle. They all syncing up at once. Here you 8 years old and you got a responsibility on protecting the emotions of a grown-ass bunch of individuals. And you feel burdened by that shit. So anybody that looks at your mother the wrong way, you ready to fight them. I went through that shit as a kid, bro. Like, my mother, she used to dress real skimpy. You know what I'm saying? My mother was a nice-looking lady, and she used to dress real skimpy. You know, and I'm kind of realizing when my dad left her, you know, even though that story is I would never hear the truth from her, and I don't expect to. And I can't hear the truth from him because he's not alive to tell it. But she used to dress real skimpy, and I remember we used to be walking to the store. It'd be me and my mother sometimes, or my cousin, or my little brother, or my sister. Sometimes we'd be walking to the store, and she had this little nigga in a stroller, and I'm probably like 7, 8 years old at the time. And she had like this tight cat suit on, man. I'm just telling her like it is, man. My mother, she ain't right. All right. She have this tight cat suit on, and back then women had bodies and shit. And my mother, she was a real petite lady. She just had a baby, so she kind of blew up a little bit, had the shape on her, and she'll wear this tight cat suit. And men will honk the horn all day, and I would get upset at that shit, which is naturally for a man because it's like, okay, I'm the only man here I gotta protect. I'm 8 years old. I can't do nothing with no grown ass man. I get the shit beat out of me, right? But I was so pissed off at her and at the men. I was to the point I was like, why you doing this? I'm like, you attracting unwanted attention to yourself. Like, what are you doing? And naturally, boys will get jealous over that because that's naturally in our spirit. But harnessing that type of trauma to a kid can be very, very traumatizing, man. And when they get older, it's like, they're like, man, these bitches ain't shit. And I mean, I got firsthand of women not being shit from my own family. I seen it with my grandmother. I seen it with my auntie. I seen it with my mother. I seen it all firsthand. And for whatever reason, Jake seems to have more women in their family than men because we know women outnumber men 7-1. So I do understand that dynamic. But when you don't have a man that's at the head of the household that's dictating the affairs of the women and the children, then you have this type of behavior, right? And here you go. That's why it says, and he coming forth like a flower and it's cut down. Yeah, because eventually they're going to captivate your mind. Your morals going to go out the window. You're going to grow up and be emotional. And eventually you're going to run into some shit. It says, and he fled also as a shadow and continuing not. Yeah, because eventually you going to take on the vibration of a woman. And you're going to get in the street shit, get locked up, get sent to prison for life, or you're going to get put to death by somebody in the streets, or Esau is going to gun you down. You know what I'm saying? But either way it go, it don't end well for boys like this. Because this is what he's used to. And he already has a resentment towards it, which he should. But none of these lames, these clowns in this video, they're not going to do anything, And look at the bitch that started all the drama. Now she got her hand over her mouth. All because, the boy swung on her and she got thrown to the ground. But this little girl right here, she's a little girl. And she looks young. And look at her. She tried to hop in a little boy face because he tried to stop the mother from twerking. Like, what the fuck you thought he was supposed to do? So he muffed her ass to the ground. Like, get your ass down. You know what I'm saying? And he should have hit her ass in her fucking mouth. Both of them. Because that's some wickedness. That's straight wickedness. All right, but it says here, he coming forth like a flower and is cut down. He fled also the shadow and continued not. All right, but it says, and dost thou open thy eyes upon such a one and bringest me into judgment with thee? Or who can bring a clean out of an unclean thing? Or who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Now, one, and this black woman, she's totally unclean, man. Okay, Proverbs 14:1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. Yeah, right. She told, and this is the reason why you have broken homes among Jake communities, because women engage in behaviors like that. And they think the man's supposed to sit around and allow that shit. And when you stand up against it and you rebuke it, then all of a sudden you're abusive, you're vindictive, you're male chauvinist, you all this shit. Basically you are ashamed for being a man. So yeah, man, these women got to be put in place, bro. This is wickedness, man. All right. Go here. Sirach 43. I think it's Sirach 42. It says, Sirach 42, and I'm going to start at 11. It says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock over thy enemies. And yeah, this is why our women in our nation is totally not taken serious. Like when the Arabs see us, the Chinese see us, they look at our women as a bunch of hoes. See, Keisha thinks she's getting one up on Jake because the white man deals with her from time to time. But the white man don't see you nothing more than a whore. All you women that talking about divesting and, you got one up on a Jake male. See, Esau deals with you because he knows you a slut. He knows he can have his way with you. And then he's going to dispose you. Okay, one way or the other. Either you're going to end up in a suitcase cut up in 1,000 pieces. You're going to end up in somebody's trunk on fire. Or your ass is going to be left homeless and broken with nothing to fall back on. That's how these Edomite males get you black women. See, you can't go no other place and people want to marry you. You can't go overseas and people want to deal with you. Nobody wants to marry you. Nobody wants to deal with you, but the women, they want Jake. Okay, the Edomite woman, they want Jake. The Moabite woman, they starting to want Jake. You know what I'm saying? They want Jake. Jake can go overseas. Jake can go to Hong Kong. Jake can go to Malaysia, and they'll treat him like a god. You black women, you go to Dubai, you getting shitted on. You getting pissed on, literally, for $50,000 just to bring your broke ass back to the States and complain that nobody wants you. Well, look at your behaviors, man. Okay? And the Most High is showing the world your shame. He's showing your shame. He's showing the world your wickedness. This woman ain't with us, brothers. She ain't with us. Point blank, period. And it says here, make a laughingstock to thy enemies and a byword in a city and a reproach among the people and make thee ashamed before the multitude. Hey, we shaking our head at this. Black culture, right? And it says, behold not everybody's beauty and sit not in the midst of women. It says, from for garments cometh the moth and from women wickedness. And that's wicked as all hell. Okay, wickedness if I've ever seen it. All right, let's go from here to the book of Job 39. And let's start at verses. Let's start at verses 13. It says, givest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich? And notice they mention the peacocks first. Okay, total different nature than the ostrich. It says, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leave her eggs in the earth and warm them in the dust. Now, if you look at a peacock is a bird of many colors on the wing. Beautiful bird, right? But an ostrich is to the point they would bury their eggs in the ground and they would forget it and they would crush their eggs. Hearten them. Okay? No care, no discretion. Okay? It says, give us the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leave her eggs in the dust and warm them in the dust, and forget it that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them. It says, she is hard against her young ones, and though they were not hers, and her labor is in vain, without fear, because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. Okay, so you women, you have no understanding. Okay, you have no understanding. You have no guidance or anything like that. And you won't allow yourself to be guided by Yahweh Shai through his men because of your proud spirit. All right. One more precept. And I'm going to end it here. Discretion. Proverbs 11 and 22. This is one I was looking for. It says, as a jewel of gold is in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. Okay? And you got a lot of Israelite women that's appealing to the eye in some regards, but they don't have no discretion. They're hoes. They say the finest one is always the slut, man. You got 5, 6 women. They go on girls trip to Vegas. Then, hey, what they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? So don't think for 1 second your girl got 4 cousins or 4 friends and they all hoes and you think your girl innocent. Your girl going out there, she's getting rotted out too. Don't let her feed you that bullshit. Well, I wasn't really with them. Nah. Scriptures say one flock to his own kind. You do the same thing. Trust me, she's on a girls trip with her cousins, twerking and dancing on niggas. Hey, your girl doing it too. All right, for all you Jakes out there that may think you got Sarah. All right, you'll find out. But with that, all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you will edify into the next.